Are you riding? Say you never.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Queen Sunbeam Tarot. I hope all is well with you and your family. So today, as you can see by the title, we will be diving into what is blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life. Okay, so this video is for those single people out there that really want to understand why are they still single, why are they having a hard time finding love or staying in a relationship, you know. So we're going to be getting into that and figuring out what is the problem, you know, what is blocking you from really finding that person that you love and enjoy and someone you can be with and just be happy and fulfilled. So that's what we're getting into today. So what I need for you to do right now is get calm, get relaxed, get into a vibe. And once you feel like you are in that vibe, go ahead and check out these piles that you have to choose from. You have pile number 1 with this tiger eye stone, and then you have pile number 2 with this rose quartz stone, and then you have pile number 3 with this amethyst stone, and then you have pile number 4 with this black obsidian stone. Okay, so those are the options that you have that you can choose from. Once you feel like you know which pile is really drawing you in, then go ahead and hit the description box and click on the timestamp for whichever pile you feel the most drawn to, and then I will see you at your pile selection. I appreciate you so much for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to join the family. If anything I say today resonates for you, go ahead and check out my Instagram. The link is in the description box. And I will see you at your pile selection. Hello, pile number 1. So this will be your reading for what is blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with this card right here. This is the card for your personal healing. Okay, this is the card kind of telling you what it is that you need to heal in order to stop this kind of blockade or this blockage, okay, in your romantic life, you know. So I'm going to be reading this out of the out of the book, excuse me. I will be reading the description out of the book because it's all about healing, and the healing messages it has in there is going to, I feel like, hit home for you. So you have unleash your creativity is what it says. All right. So basically, if you have not been pursuing things that you desire creatively, it's now the time to start doing that, okay? But I'm going to read what this card means. One second. Okay, here we go. So it says, unleash your creativity. Your creative talents and abilities are your most powerful assets. Allow your imagination to roam without limits and access new ideas without judging them. It is time for you to be innovative and birth unique creations. If you are feeling stuck, get up and move, try new things, meet new people, read books, paint, etc. Concentrate on the area of your life where you need to be creative. Are you a great singer who needs to share your talents with others? Do you have an affinity with gardening? Can you tell powerful stories? Are you technically minded? Can you whip up amazing meals? What is your special flavor of creativity? Whatever it is, give yourself permission and the time to be inventive. The more creative you allow yourself to be, the more fulfilled you are going to feel. So this is all about you fulfilling your own needs before you even jump into a relationship with a partner, okay? Sorry, one second. But yeah, so this is all about you fulfilling your own needs before you jump into a relationship with your partner or with a partner, okay, with the romantic interest. It's all about tapping into your own self and figuring out what you love, you know, what you enjoy doing, and what and just kind of like building yourself up through your creative endeavors. But not just only that, but it's like it's kind of like about figuring out who you are and what you like before you get into a relationship with someone. Because once you figure out what it is that you desire, what you like, what you enjoy doing, then it kind of like it kind of allows you to understand who you are as a person. And once you figure out who you are as a person, it helps you, you know, when you get to a relationship, because you know what you want and you know what you don't want. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into the tarot. All right, so we have 10 of Cups here, and we have Knight of Swords. Okay, and then we also have the Star, Queen of Wands, High Priestess, King of Cups. Okay, now let me just see what I'm getting from here. I feel like with the 10 of Cups and Knight of Swords, it's like the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment is something that you need to find first. You know what I'm saying? Find it without the partner first. It's something that's going to come in though. I feel like it's something that's going to come in for you that you're not going to even realize really when it does. But it has something to do with creativity, okay? It has something to do with your creative projects, like something that you really enjoy working on that isn't really work for you is going to give you fulfillment. And the more that you tap into that energy of fulfillment without a partner, it allows for you to manifest that partner naturally, okay, into your life. And I do feel like your creativity is definitely a doorway into building your own success, okay? And I also feel like your creativity is the doorway that allows you to really tap into your own fulfillment, that creates another door that opens up, you know, opens up for that person to come into your life. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm not sounding crazy, but anyways, so with the Star here and the Queen of Wands, I feel like the Queen of Wands is very creative and very intuitive as well, and like very much so an entrepreneur. And it's like the Star card here is like a success. Like these two cards are kind of representing for me you being successful in something creative that you start doing, okay? And you, with the 10 of Cups here, it's like you finding emotional fulfillment within yourself and with a creative project that you start doing, okay? So it's like once you put your energy into something that you love and continue to tap into that energy of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, because it's like because you don't want to get into a relationship with somebody while you are feeling empty. You know what I'm saying? While you are feeling like there's nothing there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing like you have just, you don't want to get into a relationship when you guys are both feeling empty, because then you use each other to kind of make each other feel fulfilled in life, and then that never goes well. I feel that's where karmic situations start happening. I feel that's my personal opinion, but it's just like, so for you it's very important for you to find that fulfillment, emotional fulfillment for yourself first, whether it be doing, I feel like it's doing a creative project or doing something that makes you feel happy every day. You know what I'm saying? Or doing something that makes you feel fulfilled every day. You know, like it could just be, you can go to work every day being a doctor, but when you come home, you enjoy painting. So you paint every time that you get the chance, because it helps you to feel calm and it helps you feel relaxed and it makes you happy. So if you're every day tapping into that happy energy and that calm energy, then I feel like you'll naturally attract that into your life, right? Because what we're talking about here is law of attraction, and what's blocking you from receiving that romantic partner into your life is you not feeling emotionally fulfilled and you wanting to get into a quick relationship and feel that fulfillment and feel that sparks and feel that the sparks when you get your first kiss with somebody new and get into that. But it's like that can only last for so long. You want something that will last for a lifetime, not last for a year or so, you know? And for you to be able to achieve that, you have to have that emotional fulfillment within yourself, okay? And that's basically what this is saying here. And it's like you will be intuitively, with the High Priestess, you will be intuitively led and guided towards the person that you want, okay? And you want someone that is emotionally mature, like the King of Cups. You want someone that even though things are, you know, kind of hectic all around, this person is still emotionally mature, stable, and steady, and not afraid of anything. And this is kind of what you want to be. This is kind of what you want to embody within yourself. Because really, when we want a partner, we can't, like, we have to get to the point we got to get to the point within ourselves of where we want our partner to be. You understand? Like, when we want say we want somebody that travels, say we want somebody that again is emotionally mature and developed, someone who has great finances and this, that. But what do you have? Do you have these things? You know what I'm saying? So it's about that too. You want to get on that same frequency as the partner that you want. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So if you want someone who travels a lot, start traveling. Start planning to travel, right? So that way you're already on that same frequency. And then next thing you know, you're sitting on a plane and you meet somebody and he's the love of your life. And he's your soulmate. And you guys have this, that, and whatever in common. You get me? So this was a long rant. But yeah, so that's basically all of this is what all of this is saying. You know, you needing to follow your intuition with the High Priestess, and even though you don't know what's going to happen in the future, you need to still remain calm, balanced, and secure, and know that, yeah, I feel like really with this King of Cups here, really you getting to this state of emotional fulfillment, balance, and stability within yourself is what's going to help you manifest that partner into your life. Okay, and you tapping into your creative endeavors, because I feel like when you do, you're going to be very successful at it, and you're going to get a lot of recognition for it, and you'll be in a powerful leadership position. Okay, so hopefully this made sense. Okay, because kind of what needs to be healed is your first of all, your creativity. I feel like you maybe start looking into getting back to the things that you did when you were a child. You know, it's like this level of innocence, or like the feminine within you needs to be possibly like the feminine within you. We all have masculine and feminine within us, and I feel like maybe tapping more into that feminine energy. Okay, yeah, tapping more into the feminine energy and the masculine energy, because I feel that too with this King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, getting that into balance as well, so you can find your divine counterpart. But because that masculine energy is that go-getter, so it's like, and I feel like that feminine energy is this Queen of Wands right here. So it's just like, get creative, you know what I'm saying? Get creative, get into the things that you desire, into the things that make you happy, and then go after it with this masculine energy where you won't take no for an answer, and you keep trying and you don't give up, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your advice. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you in regards to your romantic situation. You have higher power. Okay, so with higher power here, I'm just going to and I'm doing all of this intuitively, so reading the cards intuitively. But with higher power here, I really feel like it's like this romantic partner that you want is going to be in the most divine timing with the higher power coming out. I also feel like you have to trust that this is something that will come into your life with this higher power coming out. I feel like you have to release the need to control this situation, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're getting into relationships quickly and you don't even really know the person, or if you don't really even feel fulfilled within this relationship, then that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue that needs to be kind of recognized within yourself. But with the star here, it's like you really have to have hope about the situation regarding your have hope and keep your heart open to love. You know what I'm saying? Along this journey, keep your heart open to love. But if somebody is presenting themselves and they kind of want to dive in quickly, like don't allow for yourself to get wrapped up into that, because then you might be led down a path that you're not, you know what I'm saying, led down a path that you never intended to go down, right? So be clear with people and be assertive. But yeah, I feel like whoever you're meant to be with is somebody that's going to enter your life in the most divine timing. It's kind of like what we talked about, you focusing on you and going after the things that make you happy, and then you suddenly meet somebody on the plane as you're traveling because you want a traveler, you know what I'm saying, and then that person comes into your life, yada yada yada, right? So yes, that's what I'm getting with that. Let's see what else we have here. Fertility. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Okay. And then safety. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. And we have a lot of 4s here, so you may see 444 a lot, okay? Because we have that 3 and the 31, which equates to a 4, and then this is a 4. All right, so yeah, and 4 kind of reminds me of stability. So I feel like there's a lot that needs to be stabilized within yourself and within your environment. And yeah, with fertility here, I feel like you definitely have a lot of potential when it comes to just, I feel like creatively, like I don't know whether you write, I don't know whether you sing, dance, I don't know what it is that you do, but I feel like you really do have this strong ability to create something and make it something beautiful into your life. So it's like spirit really wants you to use what you have to, you know, make the reality that you want. Okay. And then we have safety here. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. So it's again about that foundation, that 4 type of energy. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's some root chakra work that needs to be done, but whatever the case, yeah, it's again about building that foundation within yourself, because if it's not already built, you know what I'm saying, then somebody can come and just blow it on down, and then everything that you worked hard for is a dud. So I feel like really for you, just working on yourself, really building yourself up, really figuring out what you want, what you love, what you don't like, you know what I'm saying, and then again, whatever you want in your partner, trying to get on that frequency that excuse me, Mercury in retrograde. Okay, so trying to get on that frequency that you would want your partner to be on, right? And trying to stay on that frequency so that way you can attract. Also putting yourself out there and being the leader in your life, right? So that's kind of what needs to be done. Don't hold yourself back creatively. If you don't feel safe birthing new projects, or if you don't feel safe releasing your own creativity and doing whatever it is that makes you happy, then that's something that needs to be healed within yourself. And I feel like that's what spirit wants for you to heal in order for you to move on. Pile number 1. Okay, so yeah, this is the reading that I have for you, pile number 1. I hope it helped in some way. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big fat like, comment, subscribe, and join the family. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hello, pile number 2, rose quartz pile. If you chose the rose quartz stone, then this will be your reading for what is blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this card. This card is representing what needs to be healed within you in order for you to manifest that romantic partner. And you have the card self-love. Okay, so I will be reading from this book, this guidebook, so that way you can get the healing messages that you need to hear right now. Okay, so just give me one moment. All right, so self-love. Take time out to get to know yourself and what works for you in this particular cycle of your life. Some of the biggest obstacles to self-love are self-criticism and perfectionism, which lead to harsh judgment of the self, closing down, and eventually illness. Have you been trying to compete with others, get approval from people in your family, or simply pushing yourself too hard? If so, you need to soften and start listening to your body. Focus on keeping your heart open and practice acknowledging and recognizing the good in yourself and others. This card beckons you to breathe love in and out every moment of the day. Ask yourself, what changes do I need to make to my daily routine so that love can pulsate through every breath, action, and relationship I engage in? Choose to open your heart through softness, deep breathing, relaxation, movement, finding beauty in nature, in your home, in your pain, in your love, in your sadness, in prayer, etc. Keep your heart open even though it makes you feel vulnerable and exposed. Okay. So reading the beginning of that, it's like anxiety, it's like depression, it's like putting your own self into that position by thinking that you're not good enough in some way. So really what's blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life is the fact that you have to work on your own self-love right now. You have to work on loving yourself first, because you cannot expect for anybody to love you in the way that you want to be loved if you don't love yourself. If you're not waking up every day, taking care of yourself, having a daily routine, making sure that your teeth is brushed, making sure that you're taking a shower, you have to mother yourself and love yourself in the way that you want to be loved in order for you to be able to get on the right frequency to attract what it is that you want to attract in whatever partner. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure you don't want to get into a relationship with someone who's just going to mirror back what you are not, you know, what you're doing within your own self, right? You don't want to get into a relationship where someone is that don't take care of themselves, has a lot of anxiety, and is, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get into that situation because you're already dealing with that yourself, right? So it's about really figuring out how you can love yourself better, how you can stop that voice in your head that says you're not good enough or that you can't do it, because that voice is not, you know, reprogramming that voice in your mind as well. So listening to some sleep affirmations or subliminal messages while you sleep regarding self-love can be very beneficial for you, so you can be able to reprogram your mind. Listening to some positive affirmations in the morning can be very beneficial for you, so that way you already start your day off exactly in the vibration that you want to be in, right? But let's get into your tarot. You have Ten of Pentacles, clarified by Knight of Pentacles. You have Everything is Fine, Ten of Swords, clarified by the Sun, okay? And then you have Knight of Wands, and that's clarified by Ace of Cups. So, what is blocking you? So this is all in correlation to that self-love card. So it's like you want that family, you want that, with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like you want that family, you want that feeling of having everything. You have your family, you have, you know, you have your partner, whether that be your husband, your wife, you have your children, you have a good stable money situation. You want that, you know, want that life where you have that beautiful home and your little dogs, right? Or what, if you don't like animals, whatever type of animals you like, you want that. But it's like, it's hard for you to, it's hard for you to find it with this Knight of Pentacles. It's like you feel like it's taking forever for you to be able to find that or get that or receive that, and that's all because of this self-love situation. I feel like this is some, all right, so it's like what I'm getting right now is with the self-love and Ten of Pentacles is like, it's kind of what I'm kind of getting is like you wanting to have that family because you don't feel like I feel like you may have not had a strong sense of family and love in regards to your childhood, in regards to your, you know, what your childhood was like or what you grew up with. Or if you did, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like there's something here about that. Let me just get another couple cards for y'all. 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. And I feel like this is something that will come in for you with 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. It will come in. It's just going to come in slow after you've healed from this situation of trying to, after you've healed yourself, you know, after you've learned to love yourself, you know, everything is fine, which is the 10 of Swords. It's like, yeah, maybe you don't always show people exactly how you feel, or maybe like on the, it's like on the outside everything is fine, but on the inside you're really anxious, or you have a lot of depression, or you're really struggling with the idea of being alone, you know what I'm saying? But it's also like, are you opening up so you don't feel alone to other people? You know what I'm saying? Are you allowing yourself to be vulnerable with others? Or are you just staying in your head and creating this scenario and creating this story that isn't real? I feel like with the sun being here, you tapping into that innocent energy, you tapping into that childlike energy, and just having more fun with life rather than taking life so seriously is going to help you immensely, especially with your self-love journey. You're on a self-love journey. You're learning how to find all of this 10 of Pentacles, how to find all of that within yourself, how to recognize love in all shapes and forms around you, and how to utilize that in attracting what you want as well. Okay. And I mean, everything here is kind of telling me that you will find love though. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, okay? So you really want a quick new beginning in love for you. You may feel like you're ready. You want this, but it's like at this moment in time, it's not the right time. Not until you love yourself better. Because if you say, I do love myself, well, it's time to love yourself better. 7 of Swords. Yeah, so like maybe you've had to deal with greedy people in the past. Maybe you've had to deal with dealing with people just stealing from you, or like, you know what I'm saying, or you're looking at everybody else instead of recognizing what is inside of your own self. You're wanting what everybody else has, but you're not recognizing how wonderful and amazing that you are, right? So that's kind of an issue here as well. Just like it said with the self-love card, everything is fine in the sun. Let's get a card. Everything is fine. Let me thank you. Page of Swords. So yeah, you're learning how to be better. You're learning how to get to the top of that mountain. You're learning how to find clarity in your mind, okay? And cut away that voice inside your head that says that you're not good enough or that you will never be anything. You're learning how to find joy and be more lighthearted and carefree, so that way you can attract some more lighthearted and carefree energy. And you may be tired of the drama. Also, you watching other people's social media, you watching other people and what they got going on is making you feel depressed. Okay? And you're not the only one that goes through this. Like, stop watching the families, like stop. You don't have to stop watching it completely, but like if it's affecting you in your energy, then maybe it's time to take a break. But you know what I'm saying, like you probably like following those YouTube couples and stuff like that. Like, don't do that to yourself. You want to be able to get into the right energy. Stop watching those people that are presenting themselves in their lives like everything is Gucci and everything is good and dandy and we don't fight. No, it's real life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You may be, you know, and I've done this too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making sure in my daily life that I'm not trying to get caught up in what somebody else is doing, because you never know what it's like behind closed doors. Because you sitting over there looking at that YouTuber or that beautiful model or this, that, and the third, like, wow, you're so amazing. I wish I could be just like you. Or I wish I was this, I wish I was that. But in reality, that person's life is hell, you know what I'm saying? Hell behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? Or they're really tired, or they really feel sad, they're human at the end of the day. Everybody's human at the end of the day. So really, be cautious of that so that you can stay in this positive energy as well. That came through. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, please. Yeah, and with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups, don't rush into love. Yeah, don't rush into love. The Hermit. Now is not the time to rush into love. Now is not the time to, get wrapped up into a relationship when you're on this journey of loving yourself and learning how to better take care of yourself and nurture yourself. With the Hermit coming out here right on the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Wands, it's like we don't need to be reckless when it comes to love. What we need right now with the Hermit is to be very wise in the decisions that we make regarding love. And also we need to be able to go within ourselves to understand why we treat ourselves in this way. Why do we not recognize ourselves as great? I struggle with this as well. So I really, connect with this pile a lot. And it's like, love yourself. It's like, stop trying to get what everybody else got, because your journey is your own, and your journey is just as great, and you are just as great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that Hermit card is really saying go within, do some shadow work, do some inner child healing work, because it's like, what happened to you in your childhood? That's why that Ten of Pentacles made me think of childhood. It's like what happened to you in your childhood that made you feel like what you are is not good enough? What happened? Get down to the bottom of that, okay? And comment down below if you want me to do a shadow, like a shadow pick a card, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyhow, so let's go ahead and get into the advice from Spirit. Not for you. Oh my god. And I seen this flip out when I was doing this pick a card for you, and I was like, what they talk about? But now I know what they talk about. It's like you're looking at what everybody else has, like you know what I'm saying, like you want that, but in reality it's not for you. What's meant for you is exactly where you're supposed, like, you know what I'm saying, exactly what you have. You don't try to seek out what everybody else have. Don't try to be like everybody else, because you are your own unique person, right? You don't need what somebody else has, because God made you splendid. God made you perfect just the way you are. Even through your mistakes, even through your flaws, God made you exactly perfect, okay? Even though perfectionism is being a perfectionist and searching for perfection is so illusion. It's just an illusion, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, you are a goddess or God within your own self. You have a divinity within your own self. It's time for you to recognize that within yourself and stop holding yourself back, because that's not for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And what else we have? Intuition. Okay, intuition is the little tug that pulls you towards your light. So it's like, have you been stopping yourself or not listening to your intuition? Because it's like your intuition has been trying to tell you everything that I'm saying right now. Because guess what? Our own body is wise. Our own body has a lot of knowledge, within us. Our souls have a lot of knowledge within us. And it's like when you get that gut feeling, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you have that negative thought within yourself and then your stomach starts hurting, it's like you're hurting your own self, because you're trapping your own self into this negative thought pattern that isn't even a reality. And your intuition, which is to me your intuition is the truth. It's like the truth is trying to beat you in the face, but you're not listening to the truth because you're all up in your head, right? So Spirit is saying, when you get into that Eight of Swords energy, or when you get to that depressive energy, or when you all up in your head thinking that you're not enough, listen to your intuition. Calm your mind, calm your body, and think about what it is that is the truth for you. And it's time for you to reprogram your mind so that way you can be able to, one, better listen to your intuition, and two, get out of this, that way you can have a positive voice on your shoulder saying, hey, that's not the truth. And you know what I'm saying? So that way, instead of having that devil talk in your mind, let that angel talk for you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is the first step towards success. So it's like, yeah, it's a big release that needs to happen here, right? So it's really important for you to, I feel like if you did a ceremony where you just like wrote down all of the things that bother you about yourself, or all of the things that has been really hitting you hard in your mind, in your soul, and you just released it, and you just burnt that paper that you wrote all the things that you need to release, and you pray to God, or pray to whatever it is that you believe in, or just say a few words, then I feel like that will help you out so much. Or even just speaking to somebody about this thing that you struggle with, it will help you out so much, especially in your own journey to self-love, and it will help your journey to finding that romantic partner. Okay, so this is your reading, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big fat like, comment, subscribe, and join the family, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, pile number 3. So if you chose the amethyst stone, then this will be your reading for what is blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life. Okay, so first I will be starting off with reading from this card right here, Alchemy, and this card is all about what needs to be healed within you in order for you to manifest that partner that you want into your life. Okay, so I will be reading from the guidebook, and allow me to do that really quickly, and then I'll be getting into the tarot, so don't you worry. All right, Alchemy, you got the card Alchemy. The path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. You have an opportunity to take a big leap in your level of consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. You have access to the energy of alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. Meditate and take action on your highest goals and dreams. They are on their way to coming true. Let go of your expectations. What is about to appear can surpass anything you've dreamed of. The most important part is that you are prepared and ready to receive. The energy around you is very potent at this moment, so make sure that you are using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer and gratitude and celebration. Okay. Wow. So you're going through a powerful transformation. And I feel like with this, you have access to energy of alchemy. And it says, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. So it's like a miracle, a gift. Something is coming through in your reality that's going to change things in your favor. And I see that here in the tarot cards. So let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So we have 10 of Wands being clarified by 8 of Swords. So what's really blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life? For one, I feel like you're a powerful manifester with this alchemy card here, okay? But the only thing that's holding you back is yourself, right? All right, and this what's holding you back with this 10 of Wands and 8 of Swords. You've probably put yourself into, this is either past energy or this is right now energy, but I feel like it's right now. But you've put yourself in a position mentally where you feel kind of trapped, or maybe you feel trapped, you know what I'm saying, in the environment that you in, because it's very burdensome for can I talk? Because it burdens you. The environment that you're in burdens you, could be, or that it's just you're like, I feel like maybe you're one of those overthinkers, right? Maybe you're just one of those overthinkers, and it's like you need to release this outcome. You want love, right? You want things to come into your reality, but it's like you can't control how things are going to come into your reality, and you have to allow things to happen naturally. You have to allow spirit room to work, right? So maybe I feel like you could be a very logical person, right? With this 10 of Wands and this 8 of Swords, you could be a very logical person. Like, how is this going to come in for me? I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, but at the same time, what I'm really feeling for you is what can really help you is for you to be able to release yourself from this mental prison that you have with this 8 of Swords here, okay? Because putting yourself, it's like self-sabotage. You're putting yourself into this mental prison in order for you to not receive all the things that you want. Maybe because you're afraid of all of the things that you want, whether that be success, whether that be a romantic partner or whatever. Maybe you're afraid to jump into a relationship because you don't know what the outcome will be like for you, or you don't know how it's going to be and how it's going to affect you, and this, that, and the third, right? So maybe you're afraid of that. So maybe you feel like getting into a relationship will cause you to be more burdensome, if that's a word. Maybe it calls you to feel more like, maybe a relationship to you feels more like a burden rather than just love and joy, right? But I feel ultimately with the 6 of Wands and 9 of Cups, it's like you're going to be successful when you do get in. It's going to be a successful relationship. It's going to be your wish fulfillment because you are this master manifester. But you have to allow yourself to be this master manifester with this alchemy card. You have to allow yourself to receive the miracles that spirit and the universe wants to give you. You have to be open to receiving in order for you to achieve what it is that you want. And right now it's not looking like you're open to it because you're in your head about it way too much, or you're in your head about something way too much, and you're worrying about it, and it's weighing you down and it's stopping you from achieving all of the things that you want in your reality, right? But it's like you will be successful with this 6 of Wands, with this relationship that you want, right? We have the 2 of Cups here with the Emperor. This is a steady relationship. This is like a divine masculine energy to me, and it's like you getting into partnership, you getting into a relationship with your divine masculine, your divine counterpart, right? And we have masculine and feminine energy within us, right? So you getting into that energy. Okay, so we're not talking about a gender here, but this is what's coming forth for you. This is what you're going to receive, right? Could be an Aries, doesn't have to be. But yeah, it's a lot of fire energy here, fire and water. And it's like you could be a water sign, you don't have to be, but you finding your divine counterpart, right? You're on this journey to getting there, right? And it's important for you to release these heavy burdens, you know. Really do that shadow work if this is involving that, but really diving deep and trying to understand what needs to be released, because something here needs to go. 10 of Wands represents to me like something needs to end, okay? And I feel like with the 8 of Swords clarifying it, it's your own mind stopping you from being this great manifester that you are. So let's get some more cards out here for pile number 3. We have everything. It's fine. Yes, something is coming to an end. You're ending this cycle of thinking and feeling like there's just, you know, being in this depressive state, having these heavy burdens to deal with alone, going over and over and over in your mind about things. Yeah, that cycle is ending, right? And you have to also make the choice, make the decision to keep that cycle ended and leave things in the past and let stuff go, so that way you can receive what it is that you want. 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups. What else are we saying with 6 of Wands and 9 of Cups? Okay, we have 9 of Pentacles coming out, and then we have 3 of Wands. Okay, so you probably in this position waiting for your ships to come in, or you should be. Like, what needs to happen right here with this 3 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles, you have to be stable within yourself, okay? And if you're going over and over in your mind about something, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, you having anxiety, you're feeling trapped, okay, then that's something that needs to be addressed, healed, and released. And once you do that, I feel like you need to get to a position of this Nine of Pentacles, self-sufficient, self-empowered, good by thyself, okay? Being good by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Good at taking care of yourself by yourself. Good at happy being alone. This person is happy being alone, growing whatever it is that they want to grow. So once you reach that point, all you will be doing is waiting for your ships to come in, and they will, with this Two of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what cards want to come out for that Two of Cups and the Emperor. But you have to free your mind first, because your mind is what's blocking you from receiving that romantic partner that you want, okay? And receiving that success that you want. Free your mind and keep it like that for at least a week, I think. At least a week. Stay on track with that for at least a week, okay? And we have the Hanged One coming out for that, the Hanged Man. And it's like this person coming in is going to bring you such enlightenment on what you think you know what I'm saying, what you think you know. You don't know nothing until you get into this situation with this person, because I feel like they're gonna awaken you. They're gonna enlighten you about what love really is, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like you'll also get into this state of self-empowerment, because you'll feel like, I did this, I worked hard, and I did this, and I manifested whatever it is that I wanted into my life, right? Let's get another card for Emperor, Two of Cups. And you want to, this is also talking to me some more, sorry. And you want to get to that point where you're like, you're so enlightened, you're your higher self, you know exactly what you want. Exactly. And then the Queen of Swords come out. Exactly. Like you want to get to that point where you're like, I'm glowing, I'm shining, I'm glowing and I'm shining all by myself, sweetheart. And I'm very in tune and in touch with my higher self. So when you come forth and you offer me a cup of love and you want to be my partner, you will be evaluated, okay? And that's not in an aggressive or not in an aggressive way, but it's like, I will see what the truth is within you with this Queen of Swords. I will get back down to the bottom of it. I will be clear about what it is that I want, and then I'll decide if you can come approach me or not, right? I'll let you know what my boundaries are, and then I'll decide whether you can come forth or not. So it's you're going to be learning how to have those healthy boundaries within yourself. And yeah, it's all about your mind. When you get to that point where your mind is so strong that nobody can break your foundation that you built, because your mind to me is a foundation, right? And sometimes you have to break down old patterns, and sometimes you have to break down that foundation and rebuild a new one and reprogram your mind in order for you to get to the position that you want to be, right? So yeah, that's what's gonna happen here. You reprogramming your mind in order for you to be able to get that relationship that you want and get that respect that you want, because I feel like you are owed a lot of respect for all of the things that you have been working through, for all of the hard work that you've been doing. I really feel like you do deserve a lot of respect, and I feel like you may not have gotten that in the past, right? But you're on the journey to getting there, right? But you have to have that strong mind. You have to build up that strong mind, and that's what's blocking you here, and that's what you're working on, building up that strong mind in order for you to handle this Emperor energy, right? Because this divine masculine goes after what he wants. He's very dominant. Sometimes people can think of the Emperor as controlling, but yeah, but it's like this person won't be a match for, I mean, they'll be a match for you, but it's like, how can I say this? Like you'll know what to do. You'll be in the right energy. Yes, thank you. You'll be in the right energy for when this comes along, right? You want to be in that right energy. You don't want to be manipulated. You don't want to be controlled. You want to be just fine within yourself. And I feel like that's what the problem is. Like your mind, if your mind is so easily manipulated by your own self, then somebody can come in and just destroy your foundation, But no, what you're working on is building that foundation, so that way you can be ready when this person comes through, right? Hopefully this makes sense. So let's get into the advice from Spirit. I am going so long on these videos, on these piles. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what pile, okay, imagine. Advice from Spirit, you have imagine. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll start with imagine because I'm so excited. Okay, so Spirit is saying to use your mind as a gift. Use your mind as a tool, because it is a tool. So use your mind as a tool to manifest the reality that you want. And how do we do that? There's different ways to manifest, but you can visualize exactly what you want. Visualize every day, either before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning. Visualize this partner that you want, or visualize what it is that you want, okay? And then you can visualize it, you can write it down, whatever the case. But visualize it, meditate on it, and do that like every day. So that way you can attract it. And I feel like it will happen for you, because you're definitely this alchemist. You definitely are this manifester. So really, again, and it's also like, really visualizing what it is that you want to bring in. And you can use this in all aspects of your life. If you want more money, visualize yourself having more money. But also, it's not all visualization. You do have to take the steps necessary towards it, right? And it's like, so for you, visualizing the partner that you want, and then handling and taking care of this problem that we have within, which is our mind, right? Taking that action to clear our mind, meditating and working on ourselves and loving ourselves better, so that we can attract what it is that we want, and getting on the same level of whatever it is that we want to attract. Okay, what else we have here? Grounding. Yes, this is see, that's the issue here. Sink your roots deep, connect them to the heart of the earth, root chakra. So work on your root chakra, meditation, working on your root chakra, so you feel secure within your own self. That way you can ground yourself, bring yourself back, because you've been too much in your head, too much air energy. So you need to come back down to earth, okay, and ground. Put your feet in the grass, meditate on your root chakra, and yeah, that can help you a lot. And then confidence, see, because you've been struggling. This is probably what you've been struggling with, feeling like you're not good enough, or feeling like nobody will want you. Trust me, honey, with the 2 of Cups here and the Emperor and 9 of Cups, your wish will be fulfilled. You will be in a relationship. You just got to figure out this stuff first, and that's all, and that's okay. Confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Exactly. So again, being that partner that you want, loving yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Loving yourself first, saying, looking yourself in the mirror, saying, damn, I'm beautiful today. You know what I'm saying? And doing that every day. Being exactly the partner that you want, so that way you just attract it, man. You gain a lot of confidence, and you attract it. So hopefully I helped you, pile number 3. If I did, leave me a big fat like, comment, subscribe, and join the family, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, pile number 4, my last pile. This will be your reading for what is blocking you from manifesting a romantic partner into your life. Okay, so I will be starting with this entrapment card, which is what you have for your healing message that you need to hear in order to heal whatever this blockage is that is currently in your life in regards to you manifesting a romantic partner. Okay, so I'll be reading this from the book. Okay, and you have the card entrapment. Okay, so it says, you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. You have drawn this card because it is time for a shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, and the bank's fault. The system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationship with like-minded people. Okay, so this could be a situation of you having a lot of people in your life that don't represent exactly what it is that you want out of a relationship with somebody, or you know what I'm saying, like, or you're getting into relationships, or you just have people in your environment that don't really represent you well, right? Or don't really represent you, or don't really connect with you at a soul level, right? Because it's like, if you're learning, you're growing, you want change, or you want to learn and grow, then you have to put yourselves in those type of situations, right? Let's say you want to be a traveler, but none of your friends travel or none of the people around you travel. Don't you think that, you know, you should put yourself in an environment where you know what I'm saying, or look for people that want the same things that you do, so that way you can get to the places that you want to get to, right? So that's kind of what it's talking about, that entrapment card. And then we have Four of Wands here. So let's get into tarot. We have Four of Wands clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So you want a change in your home situation. You want a change in your environment, I feel. So yeah, you want that change, but it's like, are you taking the steps in order to make that change possible, right? So what's kind of blocking you is kind of just like, maybe your environment is blocking you, or just a limiting belief that, you know, your life will continue to be one way. That's what's blocking you. You believing that your life will continue to be one way, and then you staying in that same pattern. It's important for you to get out of that and make that shift for yourself. Don't wait for anybody to change anything for you. You should make that change for yourself. You want to be the type of person that, say you want to be a singer, okay? Are you going to auditions? Are you putting yourself out there in the best way that you can on all your social medias? Are you doing all of that for yourself, or are you just continuously saying that you want to be a singer? Or are you saying, I want to be a singer, but when I was young, my dad beat me and told me I could never sing, right? Well, if you're a grown-ass adult, go get your ass out there and sing, right? You know what I'm saying? And do what it is that your heart desires, whether it's you get approval from people or not, right? That's kind of what's happening here. And it's just an example, right? And I don't condone abuse or violence. And it's like, maybe you have this past that is kind of dark, but it's like, what's happening kind of here is like, the past or things that you believe is stopping you from getting to where you want to be romantically. It's influencing your romantic life, right? This is all about getting that romantic partner. So it's influencing you and possibly your life in that way. So it's a lot of things that need to be released. This is all about a limiting belief system that needs to be released, okay? We have the King of Wands here and the Hierophant. It's like, you need to be that leader in your life, right? And not think that the world is against you, or think that you just can't make it happen for yourself. You can make it happen for yourself. You have to take on this role. You have to take on this different roles, this different mask of you being this leader, this dominant leader. Step into your masculine energy, right? Because I feel like what I'm seeing here is a lot of feminine energy, to where it's like you're not taking the action needed. You know what I'm saying? So it's really stepping into your masculine energy and going after whatever it is that you want, and creating the environment that you want if you're not happy with it, right? Then we have the Lovers over here in the Judgment card. It's like you're needing to merge, connect, align with your higher self. It's calling out to you. It's trying it's trying to connect with you. It's trying to allow for you to be exactly what you want to be in the present. But you have to allow yourself to get there. You have to be open to getting there. Instead of seeing things as black and white, when nothing is black and white, right? Don't hold yourself back because of the things that you may have learned, experienced, and so on in your past, or even in this present moment. Don't let anything hold you back from whatever it is that you want. You are a powerful leader if you believe it. Let's see what else we have here. 8 of Cups. You're wanting to leave. You're wanting to explore. You're wanting something different. You want a shift to happen. You want a change to happen. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. 6 of Cups. Like the younger version of you, the childlike version of you was probably wild and creative and passionate and expansive. But it's like maybe there was a figure that would not allow you to be that way. It doesn't have to be, but it's kind of what I'm feeling. Whatever the case, now's the time for you to be whatever it is that you want to be, right? Now's the time for you to be whatever it is that you want to be, and allow that into your environment. Make that the environment. Make the environment whatever it is that you want it to be. What else we have? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. So you feel alone. You feel like you'll never get that person that you want. You feel like, you feel like maybe that whenever you try to be your true self, you get judged, or you feel like, you'll never fit into the crowd. It's kind of what I'm getting. But it's like, that's it. It doesn't matter whether you fit in or not. It just matters that you're happy and you're doing what you love. And it's like, you're not going to be, you know what I'm saying? You have to, first you got to be open and allow yourself to be in this leadership position. You got to really tap into whatever it is that you feel. Follow your joy, follow your heart's desires, and don't allow for anything to stand in your way. And create the environment that you want now, in the present moment. Stop looking at the past and create it now in the present moment. Okay. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. I'm just going to keep. So 4 of Pentacles. It's like you're very protective and very guarded over who you over the real version of you. It's kind of feel like you're very guarded over the real version of you. Well, you don't have to be that way. I feel like you don't have to be that way. I really feel like you can allow yourself to be as free as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Or be, and I feel like once you do that as well, that's when you get that romantic partner. When you start stepping up in your life and leading in the way that you want to, and having that environment that you want to. When you start focusing on your joy, on your heart's desires, on your passion, that's when you get that partner in your life. Right? Let's see, 6 of Cups. Let's get some more cards out here for you, pile number 4. But I'm also noticing, like, there could be a past life connection that comes through for you in your life, that with someone who has a lot of fiery energy, with someone who is a leader and who is much like you and kind of mirrors you in a way, and you guys get married. I do see that here. Yeah, and you guys get married, and it's like, you need to get into that energy, get on that same vibration as this person from your past life that's trying to come through here. You need to get on that same type of energy, because I'm getting this, let's go, we can do it. What don't you like? We could do it. We could change it. What's up? But yeah, let's go ahead and get some more cards on here. Okay, the Emperor. Yeah, somebody again, the Emperor came out again tonight. So yeah, there's this need to be this leader in your life. There's this need to kind of, you don't have to, like, I feel like really yeah, be that leader. Cut the cords with whatever it is that just doesn't serve you, whatever it is that's in your environment, that's in your life that you don't like, that you want to change it. And especially with that belief system, build a new belief system for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't have such limiting beliefs on what you can achieve because maybe you grew up not having money, or maybe you grew up a certain way, or maybe you feel like you don't have enough of this, or you don't have enough of that, or you're too damaged, or this, that, whatever it is. Delete that from your brain and reprogram something else, right? Reprogram, I'm a leader. Reprogram, I can do whatever it is that I want. Reprogram, I have everything that I need right now. I am everything that I want to be right now. I am connected with my higher self right now. I have the love of my life right now. The love of your life is you. By the way, your soulmate is you first. Your soulmate is you first. Right? So getting to that point, loving yourself, loving your life, then attracting this Emperor energy, another divine masculine just coming out. And I look at the Empress as divine feminine energy. So yeah, but the Emperor being out here is like, yeah, this is just really reminding me that you have to be in that, you want that dominant, self-assured, boss, powerful, attractive, financially stable type of energy, right? That type of person. Get into that energy yourself first, right? And I've been saying this to every pile. Like, but it's the message that's coming through. Like, that's what needs to be done. And for you, it's more so of believing that you can get there. For you, it's more so believing, you know, and knocking down an old belief system, right? It's more so for you. So let's get another card. All right. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So we got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands in this right here. That's your higher self. That's your higher self. This creative, powerful boss. Just this energy that makes its own way. You know what I'm saying? There's a blockage here, knocking that wall down, moving right forward. There's a mountain here, climbing that mountain and getting to the top, right? So that's kind of the energy that you got to tap in, believing in yourself and really loving yourself, setting up some clear boundaries with others, and setting up a routine for yourself where you tell yourself, or you let yourself know every day, and you take good care of yourself, and you let yourself know every day that I am a leader. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want in a partner, or whatever it is that you really feel like you are, you know what I'm saying? You got to know who you are before you get in a relationship with somebody. So who are you? Are you this person that is plagued by their past and will never be anything? Or are you this person that, in spite of the past, you still go ahead and go forward, and you climb whatever mountain is presented before you, and you keep moving forward to your success? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your oracle cards to see what Spirit has to say to you for advice. Thinker. Exactly, it's your mind, it's your belief system, and between worlds. Okay, so with between worlds and thinker, it's like, I feel like you get to the point where you're right on the edge, when you're right there and about to step into your own divinity and your own power, but then you get trapped in your mind, or you just get stuck, or you just get down on yourself and start overthinking, and like you just start getting like, nah, I'll never get there. Like, nah, it's not gonna happen for me. Like, nah, I don't believe that I'll be that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what happens. But it's like right now, I feel like you're going through a transformation. Okay, I feel like right now you're going through a transformation. or you will be soon, to where you release this heavy, burdensome way of thinking, right? This belief system could be that. Also, it could be that you have to be married, or you have to be settled down, or something like that, you know. But you don't have to be. You could be as free as you want to be. Be whatever it is that you want to be. It's just what I'm seeing here. So let's see what else we have. What other advice? You have abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Exactly. And I'm putting that right on top of thinker. It's all about how you think. You manifest your reality with your thoughts. So if you're thinking that you'll never be anything, then you're making it into your reality that you'll never be anything. So Spirit is saying, recognize the world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Recognize that you have a beautiful, abundant life. Say it to yourself. Repeat it in your mind. Listen to some positive affirmations, and start seeing the world differently, and watch how everything changes. Watch how love, you have love as a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Watch how love manifests itself into your life. Really, with with abundance and love coming out together, with abundance and love coming out together, is telling me that you need to start seeing the love in everything that surrounds you. Okay, you need to start seeing the love, like when you wake up in the morning and your mom or your dad texts you and say, good morning, hope you have a good day. That's love. When you go and you see a little birdie and a mommy birdie, and they're like just playing together, or just seeing birds play together, or you're seeing butterflies play together, or whatever the case, when you're out in nature, which you should be going out in nature, whatever the case, then that's when you see the love around you. Love is all around you. When you're scrolling on your Instagram and you seeing a happy couple, love is all around you. Be happy for that happy couple and say, wow, there's so much love all around me. And guess what? You're manifesting with those thoughts. You're manifesting that into your reality, right? So it's time for that inner voice to change, so that way your reality changes, okay? So that's what I have for you, pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big fat like, comment, and subscribe and join the family. Peace.